Hi, welcome to another video on my Raspberry Pi 2 using running Ubuntu Linux and running the robot operating system as well. Last time I did an attempt to run a second type of motor, a small motor from Fischertechnik. See if that works, and I introduced pulse width modulation. Let me show you. Well, it was an attempt anyway. Let's see. This is the publisher and this is the subscriber, and well, I didn't exactly introduce pulse width modulation, I see, but anyway, it turns out that ROS works on the LED, this LED. Then it occurred to me that in one of my experiments I use not even the S motor, but even a smaller type of motor. So yes, I am going to try this one now. In order to do that, I have to reset up the transistor circuit right here. So that is what I'm going to do right now, which also implies that I have to reset some wires, redo some wires more accurately. This transistor is going to be put in here. Then I did have a resistor in place right here. I'm not going to put it there now, but I am going to put this wire straight here and this wire, and remember, this wire comes from the input and this wire is for checking from GPIO and to GPIO. So now where is that motor coming? Quite simply, one wire is going here and one wire is going to the plus. And what is happening, and I should actually say, okay, I stop this and I put a propeller on it and I put it again. And what do you see? Yes, it runs. So now the very big question is, alright, it apparently runs, but does it respond to the switch? Because that is very important to this whole experiment. And then it turns out that the switch is not responding, but I can do it in some other way, to hardwire some things. So let's do something that way. Hardwire here as I did before. So I remove all this and see what happens then. That would be very interesting to see. Oh wait, then it would be very nice to actually have both subscriber and publisher running so that it actually can respond. But even then it doesn't really work, I see. Nope, not really responding. So if this is the case, what's going on? Let's find out. So right now I have to do two things. First, I am stopping this because the other experiments I am using this circuit with, or such a circuit, all have a resistor. So I am stopping this propeller. For now remove these wires, and I have to keep in mind which is which. Then I put in this resistor, alright. Then the wires come back, this one and the feedback one, and then the question is, does it run again? I should be able to just put it down, but so far it won't stand. And then I see I make a problem. I make a mistake. So my circuit wasn't correct. And now it is correct. So now this wire is going correct. This resistor is correct to the base. And this wire from the motor is going to the correct place, and it still runs, as you can see. And I actually should put it in a place where you can see it. But alright, I hope it stays the way it is. But it is not being controlled right now. So I'm starting the publisher. I'm starting the subscriber. And now the question is, can I actually control it? Right now it's not doing anything. Alright, stop and stop. I comment these out and I say, alright, now everything goes 0. So if it is alright, this LED will go out. Hardwiring. What will happen? If anything. And this is not supposed to happen. You see here everything is 0. Hardwired 0. Here everything is 0, which is correct. But this motor keeps running. So what is going on here? It should go out. Is my circuit alright? As far as I can see, the circuit is alright now. And if I look at the feedback, GPIO 7 is 0. And looking here, yeah, but what is GPIO 12? Because that is GPIO in, which is the feedback. And here GPIO 7 is getting the status of GPIO input 12, which is indeed 0. So that is all clear. But when 0, this LED should not be burning. Oops. This you can't see it from here, unfortunately. Let's see if I can expose the LED like this. That LED should be off. Why is it on? Very strange. So although this motor works, it's not controlled by anything, which is a big oops. But now at least now I know that I need to use this motor, because the other two motors didn't work. Back to the drawing board, it seems. So right now the very big question is, why does this motor run? Is there any logic? Well, one thing to find out is using the multimeter again, and first of all probing right here, because this is where the voltage comes from the GPIO, and it says this voltage is very low, 0.16 volts. Then measuring after the transistor, 2.3 volts. Then measuring the voltage line. Oops. This is 4.6. Measuring again here, directly after the transistor, 2.3. Now let's measure again directly at the output of the GPIO, 0.16. And by the 0.16 I can tell that it is actually 0. So what happens if I take the transistor out? Then things should definitely change. Now the complete connection is broken, of course, because I've taken the resistor out. I am taking the transistor out. And that also means that I have to do several other things, but now it is nothing and it gets its voltage from here. So I have to be careful what to do. And this may make no sense at all. Now the LED is very much dimmed. And this motor makes no sense at the moment. Totally no sense at all. It is getting its voltage from here. Should that be the case? Is that the reason why it runs? Probably yes. When I do it here, it won't run, of course. Will it run when I put the software to 1 hardwired, because then let me take care of the wire. And why won't the wire get in the mass line? Alright. So let me get that correct. I have to stop this, I have to stop this, hardwire the input to 1. What will happen? Run the publisher. Run a subscriber. Lo and behold, the LED runs and the motor runs. The LED burns. So now, stopping, stopping. Then hardwire to 0. What will happen? Running both. And it stops. So this means that I am actually able to control this motor using ROS by just hardwiring this this switch. Now it would be very nice if I can actually use the switch to control this motor. But important conclusion is also that in this circuit I don't need transistor and resistor to get the motor running via ROS. Very important. And well, thanks to this multimeter I found out why. So back to the switch. But how to solve it? That's not a point. So I managed to fix the wiring mystery of the switch. However, another problem still exists. This wire is providing the input to the GPIO, upon which this LED is supposed to lit up and drive this motor. Well, this LED doesn't drive the motor, but the LED shows that the input is there, so the motor starts running. However, measuring this voltage is gives 0.22 volts. This is the plus. It provides 4.7 volts. This is the minus. Well, minus is 0 volts, maybe 0.01. But this wire so gives 0.22. And when I pull it out, it's just a nice normal wire, nothing wrong with it. And this is just a normal resistor, and this is just a normal jump wire straight to the GPIO. So when I measure here 0.22 with a 300 something ohm resistor, this is even less. Why do I say this? because this table gives the output for input voltages that are accepted as such. Input low voltage is anytime lower than 0.54. When it's high, it is supposed larger than 2 volts anyway, and maybe even 2.31, and I'm never getting that. So the big question is, how is it possible that I get that low value when this is correct and this is correct? So I can of course say, okay, let me stop this. The hardwire is out, so I put this in again, uncomment. So now when I save this, the switch is no longer hardwired. Hard-coded, I should say. It is wired, but not hard-coded. So now publisher and subscriber are running again. What you immediately see is this is 1. Why is it 1 anyway? I press it. And let's go see whatever happens. No matter what I do, no matter what I try, even here this is 1, but the LED is not burning. And that would have been absolutely very great. So why is this 1 here? Why is this 1? But the LED is off, so the motor is not running. That is very weird. And as yet I have no explanation. Well, in so much I have an explanation that pressing the switch, and I can do that off screen because you see the LED flashing up and off, flashing on and off. It's no use, because this is what it says: 1 and 0. So I have to do something on this, on these voltages, and I'm not sure what. Not quite sure how I can fix that. Different wires maybe? I don't know. I have to find out. So, with a little bit of testing and rewiring, I made sure that it does work now, and I don't need an LED anymore for this. Look at the upper terminal window. I press the switch and it is 1 and stays 1. I release it and it is 0. Once again, just reasoning and logic. Now the big question is, why doesn't that LED go? So once again I am going to measure right here, and now it says 4.6 volts as it is expected. So that is also why that is going to work. So this LED is no longer needed, but for some reason this LED is not working. Is that a wiring problem? Yes, it is. It's even a double wiring problem now, I see. So I have to look here, and I have to see for GPIO 12 and 7 and 7 is the out. So this is out and 12 is in. 6, 8, 10, 12. So now I expect a motor to run, which it would if I have everything doing. And now I press the switch and it stops. Why does it stop? Because there was something off. I release it. It's 0 and it should be 0 in the lower terminal. Why is it not 0? Now it is 0 and it is apparently something with delay or whatever. I press so what is going on? Something with the wiring maybe? I was so hoping. Because now this signal is doing whatever it seems to do. In the lower terminal you can see it is going to 1 and 0, and now I'm pressing the switch. So it should be continuously, and then for some reason this wire goes out of the motor again. So that's quite annoying. Now it stops again, it goes again. And this is also not what I expect to happen. I press the switch again. What does happen? I want it to go continuously, not like this, because in the lower terminal this is not what I want. Oh, come on. It somehow works, but not quite. Anyway, this is the end of this episode. Quite some changes and some big improvements, but I am not there yet. Coming very close. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please, and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. If you don't want to subscribe for whatever reason, you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram for very nice pictures. And if you like my videos and blog, please consider to make a small donation to keep it going. And please visit my website for more stuff. It's listed in the beginning of this video and under this video. And this is going to be continued. Definitely. Bye bye.